Every year, the Ramnath Goenka Awards celebrates the best and the most courageous news stories told in India. And in 2016, 3 of these outstanding stories were told by us on India Today TV. Momita Sen went to Kashmir to find out how the hartals and unrest was playing havoc with the young students in the valley.
Momita Sen from India Today TV.
Momita won the award for Test Kashmir.
I am so glad that India Today gave me the opportunity to go do the story, and then Ramnath Goenka for recognizing this show and awarding me this. So I'm very glad.
Bipasha Mukherjee went in search of young footballers of Mizoram. She reported on the state and status of the game in that state and how young players from there were going to change the face of Indian football.
Bipasha Mukherjee from India Today TV.
Bipasha won for Goal Mizoram.
I'm glad and happy that it's been recognized as the best sports story for this year.
Manogya Loiwal went to cover the tragic story of children afflicted by progeria.
But does this big bad world treat them like children? And what happens when it doesn't?
How very young children, siblings, have bodies that have aged 6 or 7 decades, while their biological age has not even touched teenage. Manogya won for Young Minds, Old Bodies.
We truly call it gold standard of journalism because that's where journalists get a platform to do stories which are unheard, unseen and never done before.
Journalism is all about conversation of the people and for the people. And this is possible in an environment of freedom of expression. This freedom should not be tampered with as was done during emergency when the Indian Express under the leadership of Sri Ramnath Goenka ji stoutly protested and opposed offering blank editorials instead of submitting to censorship. Indians love their personal freedom.
These are the type of stories we tell. So let us just go back in time and take another short look at stories we tell.
In a land far, far away, in a world suspended between the past and present, in a time when the leaves of chinar have changed color, where harsh winter beckons, when the water in the lake waits to freeze, where in the dusk of disbelief the will to wish splutters and rekindles, when the wind blows cold and the streets lie deserted, where the invisible muazzin calls the faithful to prayer, when the lonely shikara makes its way home, Kashmir waits for its next generation to take the test. Butterflies in the stomach, moist-eyed family members, subject theories colliding in the head. Malika has a science paper today. Her first 10th board examination. The days of childhood to be forever forsaken. But chemistry formulas and physics theories aren't the main concern. It is Malika's safety that is the top of mind worry for her parents, for her times. Almost 4 months have passed since the current unrest began in the valley. The shutters remain down, an odd car here and there, furtive looks, the auto stand with a single auto, Srinagar's Lal Chowk bare and empty, except the heavily armed CRPF personnel standing guard. Things may have overtly calmed down considerably. Life is clawing its way back on its feet. Out on the streets, there is a palpable sense of something being amiss. There prays an underlying current of tension, something that an outsider can't put a finger on. It is still a conflict zone. If not in the physical sense, then certainly at the emotional level. And the latest casualty in the valley is education and the youth.
जिससे आगे ऐसा ना हो और आगे ऐसा हो ही नहीं दोबारा, क्योंकि अब एक ही बार सबका लॉस हो गया, अब दोबारा ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए।
पहले 2010 में ऐसा हो गया कि मतलब उस वक्त भी बहुत ज़्यादा हालात ख़राब हो गए, नहीं उस वक्त ज़्यादा हुआ था।
अगर आज हालात ठीक होगी तो कल फिर से समर्स आएंगे, फिर से हमारे
कुछ अच्छा फैसला लिया जाए, मतलब हमारे कश्मीर के लिए, जो हमारे लिए और मतलब लड़कों के लिए भी अच्छा हो जो इस वक्त जेलों में पड़े हैं।
School authorities say they are helping the children out any way they can. From asking the senior students to come in on certain days, practice lab runs, clear up their doubts with teachers, to sharing video tutorials and study notes on pen drives and CDs. It would have been easier with the internet. Broadband services have resumed recently, but not many, even in Srinagar, have access to it.
I just want everything to get normalized. I want to use Geo 4G actually. That's what everybody wants, you know. Things should get a little bit, you know, down. There's a lot of instability going on here. There's something is missing always when you live in Kashmir. A lot of things, not a lot of things is missing when you live in Kashmir. I think sometimes that I should have been not born here actually, but we're stuck.
Do you want to go out and study outside Srinagar, Kashmir?
I'm desperate.
129 days after the unrest began, Class 12 examinations took place in the valley. J&K Board of School Examination declared 95% students appeared for examination on 14th November. The next day, Class 10th board examinations took place, mostly peacefully. Test Kashmir was documented in November 2016, when there was a palpable sense of fear and anger on the street. But the examinations did go off well, and 83% of those who appeared for Class 10th passed. The girls I met in front of Jamia Masjid are doing well. They are preparing for their 12th finals. Some of the others I met are preparing for their medical entrance examinations. And although 2017 did have its share of protests and shutdowns, it was far less compared to 2016. Therefore, schools and colleges could function as per schedule. This year, over 50,000 students have appeared in November for the J&K board examinations for Class 12th. Hopefully, education won't be the latest casualty in the valley. Follow this link to watch the 2016 documentary Test Kashmir.
Seven Mizo boys are going away to play football in the prestigious Bundesliga. Driving through interior Mizoram, we have to catch up with them before they leave for Germany. The Mizo youngsters are going to Germany. because of a nationwide football talent hunt. 7 boys from Mizoram are being sent to train in Bundesliga with 6-year contracts. And they too are contributing to Mizoram's newly established status as a breeding ground for football in the country. Larry is the first one in his family to travel beyond Mizoram. His selection in the under-17 Indian team in 2015 took him to Goa. That was the first time he saw the sea.
Goa. The place and all the foodstuffs we got were very good, but it was hot and humid, so at first also I couldn't adapt and I was so tired. We went to the sea in a group on a Sunday evening. We really liked the, the experience.
Moody is a city boy. His family supports his dream. It is a big dream. He wants to be a footballer.
My dream at first was to play for Manchester United in the English Premier League. My newfound dream is to play in the Under-17 World Cup. That's next year. To play for India.
In this land, it would be very difficult to find a straight road. And like the meandering hill roads of Mizoram, the route to the national stage of football is not a straight one either. Yet, it is a road that the Mizo people have learned to navigate with relative ease. FIFA is hosting the Under-17 World Cup of 2017 in Mizoram, and that means stadiums are being built and infrastructure is being upgraded. Mizoram is the pilot project under FIFA's grassroots project, and Luangmual Stadium's artificial turf, set up in 2011, belongs to everyone who wishes to make use of it. The Germans came in with help, and with them came private initiatives to hunt and then to hone these football talents.
I mean, he sent two coaches from Germany. They are both UEFA license holder, Lutz Fernandstil and Mr. Felix Sim. They were the first, foreign coaches who came to Mizoram to train our coaches. Then that was in the year 2011. In 2014, we hosted this TSG Hoffenheim in Mizoram. They came here for a friendly match. They stayed for a night, and it was one of the most memorable experience for the Mizo football fans here.
Till a few years ago, Lalchung Nunga was also one of the hopefuls playing for Village Pride. Today, he's the pride of his state, known as the Messi of Mizoram. Mizoram Football Association has been working overtime to showcase the talent they have in the state.
Some of the players now who are representing India are coming from a very poor background in a very remote village. But how we are spotting them is like the district, they have done their homework first. They are picking it up from their villages. They are bringing it to the district team. And in the inter-district football championships, the Mizoram Scout, they are picking them again.
Even the world football body, FIFA, has recognized this remote state of India as the breeding ground of football.
These boys have been training hard in Bitburg, Germany for more than a year now. They're back this festive season in Mizoram. And come January, they will be again back in Europe, training hard. While they train in Bitburg, 50 kilometers away from Luxembourg City, they wait for that call to join the Indian national football team. When India Under-17 World Cup squad was declared, Laling Moya was the only Mizo boy who got the call. In India Under-17 World Cup squad of 14 members, Mizo boys lost their berths to 8 Manipuri boys. There are many legendary football club rivalry stories like Man U versus Liverpool, like Barca versus Real, or at home Mohun Bagan versus East Bengal. But very few beyond the northeast know about Aizawl FC versus Shillong Lajong or Mizoram versus Manipur. The link here will tell you the story of how these Mizo boys are scripting a new history, Gol Mizoram.
The small, nearly insignificant Razak family business is shut for the day. And this winter morning, they will not be washing or ironing any clothes for anyone. Today is the day they have to go to the hospital again. These visits have become a ritual now, something that they know they need to do every now and then. Rinki Razak patiently goes about readying her children. But at the back of her mind, she knows that nothing much will come out of the visit.
अगल-बगल वाले देखते हैं और तरह-तरह के सवाल करते हैं, तब हमें और बहुत बुरा लगता है। एक-एक सवाल ऐसा करते हैं कि हम जवाब भी देने नहीं पाते हैं। उन लोग पूछते हैं, क्या आप इसको टाइम इलाज करवाई थी? क्या आप दवाई खाई हैं? या कुछ उल्टा सीधा दवाई खा लिए हैं? तो मैं अपने बच्चा को जब गर्भ में रखी थी तो मैं उल्टा सीधा दवाई कैसे खाती? मैं तो ऐसा कोई दवाई नहीं खाई हूँ कि जिससे मेरे बच्चे खराब हो। मैं अपना जानबूझ के अपने बच्चा को तो खराब नहीं कर सकती हूँ। लेकिन बोलने वाले बहुत सवाल बोलते हैं, बहुत तरह के सवाल पूछते हैं।
At the hospital, Anjali tries to listen into the conversations between her doctors and her parents. The young girl knows that these men are her doctors and that they are trying to cure her of whatever it is that she has. When they ask her to do something, to do some tests, Anjali cooperates because she desperately wants to be like other children. Normal. She wants to fit in. She does not like the old sagging skin and puffed eyes that she and her younger sibling Keshav have.
ऐनक में देखते हैं तो हमको बहुत बुरा लगता है क्योंकि मेरा ऐसा चेहरा और मेरी दीदी का मेरे से दूसरा चेहरा तो हमको बहुत खराब लगता है। और हम बाहर जाते हैं तो हमको सब बुढ़िया बुढ़िया कहते हैं तो हमको बहुत गुस्सा आता है। लगता है कि मारे पर मारते नहीं हैं, मेरे से छोटे छोटे रहते हैं। और ये अपने दोस्त साथ खेलने में भी अच्छा लगता है। पर स्कूल जाते हैं तो स्कूल में सभी हमको लड़का लोग बोलते हैं कि देखो ना ये इसका कैसा मुंह है, कैसा चेहरा है।
This type of cases is also known as Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It is a very rare condition and it is genetically determined. As far as the disease is concerned, it is a connective tissue disorder in which there is quantitative loss of collagen tissue in the body.
The main thing about this that this syndrome, this is a multi-organ involvement in these syndromes, and whatever you see is only the superficial. The patient also have the cardiac involvement, the patients have respiratory tract involvement, including anywhere in the body where the collagen tissues are there, they are involved. So in such condition, we have to have a look about other organs also, whether the children are suffering from any other type of involvement. Skin is very fragile, it can be easily bruised, and scarring is difficult. So any operation is difficult in these children.
Ironically, in the Razak family, the firstborn, Shilpi, is absolutely normal. Shilpi was born 11 years ago. And how were the Razak couple to know that 4 years later, when Anjali would be born, she would be different?
रिम्स के लिए जब जैसे ये पेशेंट आए तो इमीडिएटली हमने ये सारे विभाग को आदेश है कि इनके ऊपर जो भी खर्चा डायग्नोस्टिक और मैनेजमेंट में वो रिम्स बेयर करेगा.
This means more rounds of hospitals, more curious glares, and a barrage of strange questions. Rinki inwardly cringes, but she knows that she has to go through with it. She has steeled herself to outwardly remain calm. She owes it to her children.
Anjali and Keshav Razak have grown up by more than 2 years since we last went to meet them, to see them, and to tell their story. Their disease make it imperative that as they grow by a year, their body grows older by more than a decade. They still need constant medical monitoring to avoid any kind of further complications. The parents find it extremely difficult to make the ends meet with a meager income as a washerman. From within our organization, Care Today raised funds to provide them all kind of medical facilities and essentials too. Ranchi Institute of Medical Sciences and All India Institute of Medical Sciences provided them with medical treatment and advice. To know more about the story of Anjali and Keshav Razak, follow this link. Young mind, old body.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.